Now that we know medically, scientifically, electrical engineering, we know for sure that having a big aura measures and determines whether or not you have an immune system, ability to resist parasites also, and whether or not you're going to be able to lucid dream, because you can propagate coherently that plasma, remote view astral travel, and whether or not you are going to take memory through death. Quite literally, that coherence in your plasma, your aura, the Ba from the Ka, the Kesjan body, the rainbow light body, lots of names, but we now know what it is electrically. It's implosive propagation of longitudinal EMF coherence into the array, fractal array, that you then inhabit the bigger array, which fits all the ancient indigenous stories. The Maid of the Mist at Niagara Falls, the reason that ghost is so pervasive, there's an array there. So the indigenous stories fit the physics beautifully. So the most important point I wanted to make here, the most important point of the whole evening really is the following, and that is, it is now scientifically and engineering and medically provable that your aura determines your health, your immune health, your ability to lucid dream, your ability to take memory through death, your only possibility of getting immortal. Probably the only part of you that has any immortal potential is your aura. And yet, your doctor, your architect, the guy who designed your hospital, the guy who designed the medical stabbing that they're forcing in your kids, and the guy who designed your school, and the guy who votes in your parliament, all of those people don't even believe you have an aura. What's wrong with this picture? That's my main point tonight. My point tonight is, let's take this education. If we now understood the actual physics of what is spirituality, which is a compelling electrical engineering physics I have dedicated my life to, then it is critical, it is essential that your doctor, your priest, your architect, the guy who designed your school, the guy who designed your medicine, and the guy who votes in your parliament, all of the above people must be informed that the health of your aura is your only hope. Hello? So if we now recognize scientifically in government that feeding your aura is probably the most important criteria that should be behind every single political decision. Hello? Would that change your government slightly, do you think? Now, the people I know that are clairvoyant, that have looked at the people who have been medically stabbed, I'm not going to use the word, but they tend to agree that people's aura tends to become detached. Hey, Joe, you look like you're beside yourself tonight. Hey, Joe, pull yourself together. So there are anecdotal only reports that things like centripetal plasma, therapied helps people recover from the side effects of being medically stabbed. Now, the point I'm making is simple. From a strictly powerful scientific perspective, if the people who were designing your medicine knew that in order for you to get immortal, you're going to need a big aura, would that change the votes in your parliament? Would that change how they designed your kids' school? So this is my point, that we must create the education to prove scientifically that getting a big aura is the most important thing you do every day, and the most important thing the people voting in your parliament must implement. As I've been saying for how many years, that body polis defines whether the plasma field of the bees is navigable when they swarm. Literally, do they have collective bliss? Collective bliss becoming navigable is the definition, the only real definition of humans' ability to self-steer. So the definition of politics is the ability to get the bliss called body polis. Therefore, voting for bliss is the definition of successful politics electrically. Hello? What does that mean? So it means we have to teach people what a healthy aura is by measurement and how to grow it, and then we could actually make intelligent decisions about the immortality of our kids. That's why we're here tonight. Okay, was there happily ever after yet? No. But